Welcome to the Everyday People Show, where you'll find everyday people making everyday sacrifices and contributions. Your host, Jermaine Smith, father, playwright, editor-in-chief, on-air personality, internet radio station owner, and for over 11 years, United States Postal Service employee. Jermaine's stage plays have helped almost 100 individuals turn over a new and positive spiritual leaf. Jermaine was featured in a short documentary produced by the Christian Broadcasting Network's television show, The 700 Club, and has been featured in various magazines. Through his online magazine and internet radio show, Jermaine has attracted close to 2.5 million viewers on his website in 15 months, where he has highlighted unheard voices, aspiring business owners, and hardworking people in his community. This push to recognize the outstanding, ordinary, and unspoken heroes has birthed the television show Everyday People. Everyday People speaks with the people, for the people, and to the hearts of the people.
Who is Mr. Willie Cooper?
All right, my name is Willie Cooper. I'm a retired public school teacher. I was born in Berkeley County, North Carolina. I'm married to my lovely wife, Linda Cooper. I'm the father of 3 children and a grandparent. I'm also taught history for a long time, about 30 years. And I've always been interested in history, and that kind of inspired me, helped me with the writing of a book I've written called The Forgotten Legacy, which is really in honor of my great-grandfather, George Reed. I wrote it to honor the memory of other black soldiers and sailors in the Civil War. As a writer, I just try to tell the truth as I see it. And evidently I've touched some people because a lot of people didn't know that there were Civil War soldiers, and they didn't know there were Civil War sailors. They didn't know that we weren't given our freedom. We fought for our freedom. There were soldiers who did that. And a lot of people were touched by the fact that we were not passive people as they saw us. There was resistance. A lot of resistance was going on. That seemed to touch a lot of people.
KL is a man that stands for integrity. He's a man that works hard. He's a man that loves his wife, of course, and anybody that knows KL knows that. He's also a man that wants to try to leave a legacy behind after he's gone. I was a man that was as filthy as most men that are out here. And I was lying as many men do. But really what I was a whore. I had lived for chasing women. I had lived for just being with women, and it didn't matter that I was in a relationship. I had been married previously, and I was cheating. Started dating my lovely wife, and I was cheating on her. Monogamy just wasn't in the picture for me, even though that's what I was selling the women that I was with. So I was that type of dude. Basically, it's finding God, and it's funny in saying it, but God was there the whole time. What He did was allowed me to get to a point of unhappiness where the only thing that I had left was to ask Him, what now? And I think a lot of brothers don't reach that bottom. We hear it talked about often. We hear addicts say they have to reach a bottom to finally get to a point that they want to change. But when you're connected to sexually things, when you're connected to, as Christians say, a fleshly desire, that bottom could take years to get to, and sometimes never happen. Sometimes it takes some outstanding thing to happen. For me, it was simply being in a motel 200-something miles away from my girlfriend, and the young lady that was supposed to show up didn't. And I'm sitting there, she called and said, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it, I'm not feeling well. And in my anger, I'm sitting there, and through my anger, my depression came through. It was like just, nothing seems to work the way I want it, but that's what most spoiled children are, and that's what I was. I was a spoiled child. So in my anger, I actually just said, okay, Lord, what is it? And then the teleministry happened to be playing on the television. The reason why I say it's ironic, and I think the Lord put this in place, because I don't know too many players who's going to turn on teleministry when they're waiting for the woman to come that they're about to get with. And I sat there and listened to the teleministry for 2 hours, 4 different programs, half an hour each, for the 2 hours, and each pastor spoke on a different aspect of my life. My great-grandmother told me a long time ago, there are no coincidences in life. When the Lord wants things to happen, it's going to happen. So in listening to each of these pastors speak on something that was going on to my life, it only made my depression, my depressive state increase. Because now I'm thinking, why am I like this? And why am I unhappy when I have the master's degree, I have the Jeep, I have the pretty woman at home, I have the good career as an educator? Why am I torn with what should be the right thing to what's the wrong thing? And I basically just got on my knees in tears and said, okay, Lord, what is it that you want from me? What is it that I'm not seeing? Because obviously I'm doing something wrong. And sure enough, when I got up, my vision was clear enough to remind me to call a partner of mine who I had taught with, he was an accountability brother for me, a mentor when I taught, but he always reminded me he was a Christian. He always reminded me that he knew the Lord, always reminded me that he used to be a drug addict years ago, but the Lord saved him from all that. But because he shared his story with me, I called him and said, what do I do now? I think I heard the Lord's voice, what do I do? And he said, basically, now it's time for you to get up, learn about him, start to make some changes in your life, and I can show you how to do that. And that's what happened.